Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a magical day and the next day even more magical because today we'll be doing a Emily Bear and Abigail Barlow interview. Very excited because they're talking about the backstory and the creation of the unofficial Bridgerton musical. So it's gotta be pretty cool. I want to see all that behind the scenes first, just to see how difficult it was for most parts, if I need to keep in mind some things before watching the actual songs and reacting to them. As I said, next week I'm doing 6 of the songs of the album. Not all of them, but I'm very excited nonetheless to do them. So, let's just get into it.
I'm Abigail Barlow.
And I'm Emily Bear.
And we are co-creators of Bridgerton the Musical. It was a passion project from the beginning. We didn't do it to make money. We didn't do it to get famous. We just did it because we love to write and we love Bridgerton.
A Bridgerton the Musical brewing on TikTok.
Which is amazing.
Yes? You
It's
love
amazing. Yeah, I'm down. And the vocals on it were...
Bridgerton the Musical.
Are you into that idea?
I'm so into that. It's amazing.
I definitely think the Queen should sing. Definitely.
Yeah.
There are just so many Bridgerton lovers out there, you know? It's one of Netflix's biggest shows.
We've sort of created like this community somehow and found a corner of social media that is so positive and bright.
We go live on Instagram and show our process and allow our fans into the process as well, and to have their input immediately. It was like being in previews, like right then.
Okay, that is so cool. So basically it's like a huge like community group effort, and even like the cast of Netflix knew and saw it and loved it. This is so cool. So the amount of influence everyone had in this makes it even more fun. And I'm even more curious because it started with 2, but basically the creation of the whole album was the whole of just like the circle of Bridgerton. And it's so cool. It sounds so fun. Wow.
To have their input immediately. It was like being in previews, like right then and there.
Instantly. There's a lot of creatives that are inspired by our music, and that inspires us back, because a lot of times when we're writing, we haven't even finished a song. So then when we see like a gorgeous dance number, it totally affects how we write the rest of the song in a great way.
After sharing a few sample songs, social media exploded for good reason.
I love the back and forth. I love the back and forth that they have with like same choreography. We get inspired, and it's just a small part of the song that they cover, but we continue the song from the choreography or from the inspired music that comes out of it from another artist. It's so beautiful. It's what I learned to love and appreciate going into a university that is full of artists, from fashion design to graphic design to illustration to animation, where I am. Just having to at this period specifically cooperate and collaborate with every single one is just so fun and so incredible. I love it. You could just go back and forth with ideas between each other. You might make something, and in the way you're like, oh, but I also like that, and what about this version of it? And you're like, wow, yes, that actually works, and it sounds so cool, so I want to build on that one now. It's so fun. The ideas never end, basically, because we're in a creative overflow because of so many creative people that you have next to you, and it's just the best. So having the internet do that, being just like a surrounding bubble of artists, is just unbelievable. I love it. I love that this took place like this, and it was formed so beautifully.
Social media exploded for good reason. The creators of Bridgerton the Musical. What's up, ladies?
Okay, I don't wanna get spoilers. We're gonna go over here. I don't want to get spoilers. I know it might not be a song I'm gonna react to, but still.
From different backgrounds musically, a lot of times you have to be in a box when you are a pop star, you're a scorer, but in this world you can do whatever you want. There's something about that that's really kind of unique and so exciting about musical theater.
Alone together.
Her voice.
Alone together.
Ooh, her voice is so pretty. So pretty.
And she's just out of reach.
Probably some of our favorite songs have just come out.
For example, Alone Together, you know, it took a minute, but when we found it, it was just instant and it just worked.
Oh, that is so fun. I am going to check out Alone Together. It's one of the ones that has a music video of its own. So, very excited to see it unfold. It already just sounds very magical, mystical, and kind of like fairy, faded, kind of like. And it's so fun to just like absorb this and see them, and see how it's one of the songs that just came out, because it feels like it has a flow to it that when you come up with songs, it's that one thing that when it pops in your head, if you record the whole thing down and you don't miss a bit, it's like that perfect flow because it just came out, and as it was coming out, you were recording it and you were like this and this and this and this. And when you replay back to it, it's like, yes, perfect, it's done. It is incredible. You rarely get to finish and like actually complete the whole thing, and you usually add on to it as you go along and revisit it. But it's just like amazing.
Things that every time we listen to, we're like, oh yeah, that's our favorite. But then we listen to another song, we're like, oh no, that's our favorite. And it's really hard to pick one because they all have different
Special moments.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Makes so much sense.
Artists that are doing everything independently, and we find that really incredibly inspiring. So we wanted to start it and finish it, a project that we did ourselves, and show them that you can do it too in your bedroom.
Oh, I love that.
There's nothing standing in the way of the happiness of the release because it's just us, and to release it finally for our fans is just a dream.
We don't think that by releasing this one we can't do in the future like a cast album with our dream cast or whatever, because we feel like they can live side by side.
We're giving the people what they want, but we're saying this might not be all.
Yeah, no, let's clarify that there have been so many sequels to so many different movies and musicals, like from a bunch of different people. So obviously this doesn't need to be the final version. This doesn't need to be the only one. There's so many sequels these days that you kind of expect a different version popping in out of nowhere someday. And because this is definitely gonna be that good because of how it blew up, you know they're gonna also like attempt to recreate it or interpret it in a different way. You have a different version popping up in a different genre kind of influence. So you have that whole thing jumping in out of nowhere. And I feel like it's definitely gonna carry on from there like that. So you kind of expect it already.
We're like democratizing musical theater and kind of changing the way things are done. All we sort of did is open that curtain a little bit because we just feel like we're making music that we love and sharing it with people that we love.
And I think social media is lighting the fire of that these days. The audience really is in control, always, and they choose what they want to be successful.
Bridgerton the Musical.
What can't you do without hearing Bridgerton the Musical in your head? I can't even read a book!
I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this.
Unbelievably brilliant. Literally creating it in real time with everybody watching.
I love that there's so many clips of different people just like having fun with it, or it's stuck in their heads, so they're like, I can't read a book, I can't go to sleep, it's just in my head 24/7, and if that goes away, it's the next song that pops in. I'm just going through the playlist throughout the days. Oh, I love that so much. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. I love that. The influence something like this can have. It's basically like social experiment in a way, where you just involve the people so much and you create something so addicting and beautiful and good, actually. Like, it's a successful experiment. that people can't get enough of it, and they've created it as well. It's so fun, it's so interesting, it's so weird. We barely get to do that. As they said, there's a democracy in this that the theater before didn't have. You had the composer, and you would just get the script, and you would just like sing the song, and that's it. You wouldn't have like 5 different, like, thousands of people, like millions, just like having a say in each part of a song. Not only like every little detail, not just like the lyrics, the music, everything could influence just like the whole album, and then you give it out to the public afterwards. But you already gave them like it's insane. It's the craziest craziest, is that a word? It's the most insane kind of I think social experiment we could do, and the fact that it was successful, I love that so much. It is so fun to see.
You'd be the artist and I'd be the brush.
There was something the boy I love.
We're driving around listening to Bridgerton Musical.
Something tells me I'm gonna get addicted to the songs as well. I am a huge musical lover. I do love Bridgerton. And yeah, you can understand where I'm going with it. I'm definitely getting addicted to the songs as well. My friends might get annoyed of me singing to them these songs after next week. That's a heads up for you guys if you're watching the video. Prepare.
Bridgerton the Musical, you guys. Oh my god.
We sort of have an inside look on what people our age want, how they want it, and
when they want it.
When they want it, and they want it now. So we will give it to them now.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna also do the song, and it sounds so good. I don't need to listen to it now. I'm gonna ruin my experience. Don't do that. But this is so fun. And yeah, it's also like part of the whole experience of like, you get that whole influence going, and you know exactly what people want right now and then. And you know when to give it to them exactly. Like, we want this song, and please share the whole playlist. We want to listen to it. We don't care for like a very, very extravagant like performance of the whole musical. We just want this, and it's enough for us. We're gonna be happy. You can slowly like develop it to this and this after you go. Like, you get my point. And the fact that you can hear that feedback straight away is just beautiful, and it's another like part of that experiment that I love.
The album is coming out very soon. We're so excited. We're so ready for it to live out in the world.
We're really, really proud of this project as a whole, and not only each individual song, but the way that the whole album flows.
I remember the first time that we listened through all the songs together. We were just like dancing around the studio.
It was so much fun.
Screaming at the top of our lungs all the songs. And it's crazy to listen to it all the way through because we've fallen in love with the project and the process, and it's very, very close to our hearts. And
to see it all come together, just wild.
Okay, this is so cool. I can already imagine myself just dancing to every single one of the songs. Let's just clarify that my neighbors are gonna be hearing footsteps on their rooftops very soon. Because I tend to be dancing on the top of the house, around the blah blah. I tend to be dancing on my house every so often in my room, so...
A lot of executives and people in the industry were also watching, and the fact that just by this one little idea now blossom into a cajillion other opportunities is something that we're not taking for granted, and we are so excited about the projects that we are now fortunate enough to work on, and we have so many stories that we can't wait to tell.
Yeah, what I do love is that they haven't gone crazy after that, like overwhelmed by that. They have a bunch of different opportunities right now. They have a lot of things they also want to continue sharing, so it's not just this one blow and it's enough. They're gonna continue developing and creating stuff, and this is so cool and so beautiful to see. And I honestly can't wait, because this was such a fun and incredible and lovely idea. I loved it so much that I cannot wait to see what happens when they just create something different. They have different stories to tell from the word stories, I'm already intrigued because where are we going next? Like, what are you picking to do next? Like, it just sounds so cool. Also, I feel like the two artists collaborating with each other over something they loved was so beautiful. So maybe after that, they add collaboration with other artists that are also interested in their next project, and they become a bigger group, and they continue involving the public. But like, I'm so interested to see like collaboration with other artists as well, like seeing that influence back and forth in the internet for their next projects. This is so cool, and honestly, we need more of this. We so need more of these. I love them so much for this. It's so fun and beautiful, and I love that they did this like this. I love how they involved the public. I love how they documented everything, and everything's out in the open, and everyone can see how it started and how it's going, and where it ended and where it could continue from. And the fact that they already specified, like, there could be different versions afterwards, or I could add a song at randomly. I don't know. Also, I feel like they just made songs for the first Bridgerton. There is season 2 and season 3 is on the way, so someone could join them and they could create season 2. Or if they're not thinking about that, someone could build on that one. And continue that like that. It's so interesting when you leave something so wide open for possibility, and you've already had it so wide open from the very beginning. It's so fun because anyone who comes in afterwards has the public for help, has a very solid idea for the values and the drive of the album, so that you don't lose the identity of the album for the next season if someone's gonna take it over afterwards, who's not the two girls here. But also you have just like the whole documentation right there and then. So again, there's no room for like missing the point of creating those songs and how they were created and for what reason, why you have those musical changes and for what reason and all that. So it's just so cool to see and to think of how they're gonna use all that. It's really, really fun to just like, well, wait and see what happens after this. I am even more excited for the songs, to be honest. I'm so hyped. I can't wait. So let me say, Monday, I'll be checking out 'Tis the Season and If I Were a Man. So, I hope you guys are excited for those. If you are, be sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications that will be sent. And I'll see you next time, next week, for the next, for checking out the album. And on Saturday, I'll be posting a digital artwork of Emily Bear. And I'm very, very excited. I haven't actually started it, but I'm gonna do my best to actually finish it. And I'm very, very, very hyped. Very, very excited for this. I'm just glowing and like cheering on my own. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. For now, bye-bye!